Hey everybody, this is Dr. Elaine, and again, board certified pediatrician, mom of 6 and grandmother to 2, with a different topic today. Thanks to my daughter Sarah for joining us, who is a former assistant manager at a large grocery chain and witnessed some things that really disturbed me when she very recently shared them with me. So I wanted to talk about this topic today. Would you like to tell me the story, Sarah, that got us talking about this issue?
Sure. So one of my cashiers, she's 17, she was at her register and this guy came up behind her. So he was checking out the line behind her and he touched her on the back and said she smelled good, which was creepy in multiple levels. You need to always ask consent before touching someone, and he was probably 60 years old. And when she left, she said, "Miss Sarah, that made me uncomfortable," and I was like, okay, I'll keep an eye out for him again and everything. But it's just our society. I mean, I try to do anything I can about it, but in our society just sees things like that as normal. I've had multiple occasions where men would like just call me baby, and they thank you honey, and I had one guy kept saying I should be a Twitch streamer because I'm so pretty, which I guess is a compliment, but it's just creepy. Yeah. And just unsolicited comments and actions by men that are weird and creepy and inappropriate.
Yeah. So I had known about this to an extent I was a waitress when I was a teenager, and certainly this happened then as well. But I didn't realize it happened as much to cashiers. But good gracious, we got to do better. So here's my challenge to you guys. If you were the parent of a male child, teach him that that's inappropriate behavior. If you are the wife of a man, teach him that that is inappropriate behavior. And then I would say, let's stick together. And if you are, oh man, if I had been in that line and saw that man inappropriately touch that cashier, I would have let him know how inappropriate that behavior was. Trust me, I'm not as easily embarrassed as I used to be, it turns out. And so call people out. Stand up for that girl. Pretend you're her mom or her grandma or her sister and say, "I'm sorry, sir, do you know, did she say it was okay for you to touch her?" And if not, stand up and defend her, because that is so creepy, gross, and disgusting, and that is not okay. Pass the word. So I think what happens a lot of times in customer service areas or in service industries, we feel like we have to please the customer, right? And so
yeah, I'm always like, even when people call me like baby, honey, or say I should be a Twitch streamer or stuff like that, or I'm so pretty, I mean, I just kind of accept it and just smile and nod and say thanks, even though it's not really appropriate, because I don't really want to cause a scene or make any trouble. And especially the cashiers, they're young, they're just trying to get through their job. And they never signed up for this. And I had one girl, she was sitting outside on the bench and a guy came up and touched her. And management, I mean, there's not a whole lot you can do. The guy was already gone by the time she told us about it. But just stuff like that is so commonplace. And it was the middle of the day, sitting on the bench. It was a sunny day. Like, people just,
there's no reason.
There's no common decency or common sense. And it's so widely tolerated in this society. Like, I mean, we all know it's bad and wrong, but there's not a lot that we've done about it. And it's a big issue. It can't just be solved in one day. But something to be aware of and keep an eye out for. And just don't ever let it slide. Especially because whoever is being the recipient of that creepiness might not have the courage or the voice to say something about it or stop it. And they might think it's their fault for wearing makeup or being pretty or something, or wearing those pants or whatever. And it's never their fault. It's the creepy guy's fault. Or creepy woman. There can be creepy women too. Yeah. It's just generally guys.
Yeah, true. And so maybe it even needs to be incorporated into some of the, you know how at every new job you have to watch all these training videos about appropriateness in the workplace. So I think we need to give these younger girls a voice to say, wait, stop. I learned about this in my training videos. You're making me uncomfortable, especially when they cross the line of actually touching them. That so angers me. And so we just want to make you guys aware of this problem, and please help, just encourage you to help participate in solutions to it as you see things happen, to hold people accountable.
And even though it happens, we should never actively tolerate it or make excuses like, oh, well, he's just of a different generation. That's just how he is. No, you should never touch anyone without their consent. Doesn't matter if you know them or not. You should always ask, hey, can I give you a hug or whatever. You should always ask, because don't ever assume anyone wants you to touch them without their consent.
Well, and especially in these situations in the grocery store.
Especially strangers.
And
family, if you're close and you know it's okay, that's
a little,
one thing. Even with your friends and people, it's always better to ask.
Yeah, they could be having a bad day or something. So anyway, just making you guys aware. Hope that was helpful. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.